Over 2 days ago, 16 competitors took on Outlast, a lightning-fast social strategy competition. Players were divided into 2 tribes, green and orange, and tasked with competing against one another for a chance to win the Outlast crown. The game started challengingly for the green tribe, who dropped their first 2 chances at immunity, all while tensions mounted between the groups.
I feel like Orange's integrity on that one was a little low.
They rallied together to eliminate the first 2 players with unanimous votes. In the 3rd round of play, the green tribe finally got over the hump, winning immunity and forcing Orange to go to tribal for the first time. Sky's early game scheming caught up with her, and she was voted out, headed to Last Chance Island, where she and the first 2 eliminated players, Jake and Allie, were already waiting. Sky's stay on Last Chance Island was short-lived, however. As night fell on day 1 of Outlast, the 3 players competed for a chance to rejoin the game. Sky won convincingly and would rejoin the game the next morning.
You know, I thought it was pretty crazy that I got voted out. Wasn't shocked, but I was a little surprised.
Day 2 brought with it a tribe swap, with Abby and Elizabeth stranded against an orange majority on the new orange tribe, but green looking to hold a numbers advantage on the other side. Surprisingly though, Anna, a former green tribe member, saw herself at the bottom of their alliance and chose to vote with former orange and eliminate David in the first post-swap tribal. With only original green players eliminated at this point, the remaining group were desperate for a foothold. The sure footing came shortly though, as supposed majorities were further subverted in the following rounds, with Abby and Elizabeth convincing an original orange majority to turn against Anna, and Ty spearheading a move to eliminate Cody, keeping Sam and Dan in the running. Then, Orange's next tribal proved to be an impactful one in setting the stage for the rest of the game. With 3 distinct pairs of 2 working against each other, the vote landed in a 3-way tie. Sky, originally voting against Elizabeth, swapped her vote on the revote and took Emily out instead. When the tribes merged, players struggled to identify where everyone stood. Sam pushed a vote to eliminate Hannah, citing her as a strong free agent, sending her to the jury. After the original green was down 3 players in the numbers earlier in the day, they had now clawed back into holding a 5-4 numbers advantage. The next round, more chaos ensued as Sky played her first of 2 idols that she had found to block a majority vote against her.
This is a hidden immunity idol. All votes for Sky will not count.
Dan, Elizabeth, and the other greens were content to let the decoy plan fall onto Anna, and with the vote nullification, Anna was left with the majority of the votes. In the round following, Adam and Sky worked hard to convince a green player to flip against their alliance, but came up empty, and Adam was eliminated. At this point, the green foursome of Abby, Dan, Elizabeth, and Sam looked untouchable. But next, with only 7 players left, everyone had no choice but to consider their endgames. Sam and Abby had growing concerns about riding their green alliance all the way to the end if they wanted to differentiate their games and win against their strong alliance members. With all of this in mind, Ty joined Sky and Isaac to vote against Elizabeth, while Abby and Sam stuck with her and voted against Sky. When both Elizabeth and Sky played their idols, however, it was Sam's lone vote against Isaac that made the difference, leading to Isaac's elimination.
The next person eliminated, and the 4th member of our jury, Isaac.
Last week, the pressure continued to mount on the players, looking to find a path not only to reaching the end, but to do so and win. Sam won his first immunity challenge, giving him confidence to gun harder against Elizabeth. However, he was unable to find the votes to do so, with Ty's challenge strength causing others to worry about his threat level down the stretch. Ty was voted out, making him the 5th member of the jury. Tonight, only 5 remain, all with an Outlast victory on the mind. Abby let herself fly under the radar for the first half of the game, before coming on strong in the post-merge. Others have begun to take notice of her social and strategic acumen, having yet to receive a single vote and inconspicuously steering perceptions. After debating a move against her ally, will tonight be the time she finally takes it? Dan has kept multiple options and paths open to himself, but with Ty's elimination last round, he may have just one road left to Final Tribal. He's stumbled through some votes where he was out of the loop, but has proven to be a resilient, connected, and already has one individual immunity under his belt. Elizabeth enters the final 5 with an impressive resume and perhaps an equally large target on her back. Despite being identified as a threat for several rounds, she's survived and swayed her alliance against targeting her. She's found 2 idols, won 2 immunities, and snuck through multiple rounds where she received votes. Sam has kept the majority of his scheming secret from his alliance, but has quietly put together a strong and well-connected game. He's established some level of an alliance with virtually every player in the game or on the jury, and having won last week's immunity, Sam may be gaining steam at just the right time. But will it be enough to get him to the end with a winning chance? And Skye finds herself in the final 5, having seen and done just about everything on Outlast. She's been eliminated, re-entered the game, found and played 2 idols, and grown immensely from a player out of her depth to a legitimate threat to win. However, she's now effectively without an ally left in the game and may have to produce more magic to find a way to the end. Tonight, there will be 2 more immunity challenges, 2 more tribal councils, and then the final 3 will pitch their cases to the waiting jury, who will cast their votes and crown a winner of Outlast. Welcome to the Outlast Finale.
It's been a crazy game. Can we maybe powwow, all of us? Okay, guys.
Or the gymnast.
I'm tired of trying to be sneaky. I think I'm just gonna say where I see things are, and then people yeah, I know. I think I'm at this point where
I like it.
Yeah,
I haven't had an immunity win. I haven't had anything, and I don't think it's gonna be something that's gonna be hidden. So I think I see the 2 strongest competitors as Skye and Elizabeth. And so that's what I see as what needs to happen next. So that's what I'm saying as, like, for me, that's where I'm at, because I don't think that me sitting next to either of you is gonna win. I just don't see that being a thing, and I want that to be a compliment, for sure.
I've pissed off the same people you've pissed off, but probably worse. So.
But you have better, immunity challenge wins, and so
too.
Yeah,
it's not like crazy.
Yeah,
but I think the uphill battle you have is people will be angry.
Yeah, for sure.
For any of you, they'll be most angry at me. So.
Why do you think you've done everyone so dirty?
Yeah. Because they won't look at me and they seem pretty pissed. I think there's a couple people that maybe will not hold that against me, but I'm a little worried that they're not going to want to vote for me. So.
I would hope.
Oh no, go ahead. Oh, I've already talked.
I would hope that when it gets to the end, people, and I think the ones that play the game are going to respect people that played the game. And so I think people like Skye, you're underrated because you've just flown under the radar perfectly, and you've done some really good stuff. And I mean, you've won as well. So there's no one I'm comfortable with.
No.
But the powerful players are the ones that I think.
And you were so well liked. I think that's also the thing of you are.
You were
I don't see.
The nicest person to Ty telling him you're voting him out. It's like very good jury.
The nicest person to get out.
It's true.
It's like you told him to his face, that's good jury management.
And I think that this could either be my death sentence or just be something that I'm open to discuss, because I think that the worst part of this game for me, I'm gonna cry.
I love that you came in with it.
It's just the worst part of this game for me is the bald-faced lying, and I think it's been I'm doing it and I've done it to people and it has felt horrible every single time, and I know that it gets you this far, and I'm grateful to be this far. But I want my strategy to be open from here on out. And I think that I respect you all enough that I expect you all to scheme. And if that scheme ends up on me, I respect that. Like, that is where we're at. I truly don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like
No, I think you made it
talking
pretty clear.
out loud.
I think you made it pretty clear. Your targets are me and Liz. I think you made that. I think you know exactly what you're doing.
I'm just like,
and then,
well,
and then,
I don't know
yeah.
what that
I
looks
think we have
like,
to
but
see
yeah,
what
that is
I think
clear.
that looks like having them both on your sides because you just painted out the picture of you're coming after Liz or I. You've
Yeah.
got the two guys on your side. You admitted you've lied to a lot of people, which is the game.
Yeah.
I respect you being open and honest with your strategy. I hope that's at least you being open and honest with your strategy. I get why you're doing it. I gotta sit on it for a second.
No, and I'm fully aware that this paints a target on me. Like, that's
Sure.
part of this game.
Yeah. Reverse psychology can be a beautiful thing.
It's true. I mean,
I don't know that it paints a target on you. It's super disappointing, Abby, I'll be honest.
no, and that's why it's like I can't.
I feel like the least that you could do is let me get to Final Four, and then I can make fire against somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like I get it that people don't want me to make it to the end. I do think that it's not a given that I will win. I think that, like I said, I think people are really pissed off at me. I think together they're pissed off at us, and so me being there for you
Yeah,
helps your case. But
I think
yeah, but like I've been loyal to you this whole time.
I know you have,
So,
and
like,
I respect
to
that.
not-
But I think like
especially
you're-
I get being loyal to them equally.
Yeah.
But no offense, guys.
Yeah.
But when someone who we weren't with from the beginning is still here, to then say you're gonna go after
Can I talk
me
to you
is
real quick?
kind of
Me?
really frustrating.
I think I just have to be like honest to where
Do you
things
want to
chips
get?
flow.
Do you want to get anything off your chest with me?
I think it's like I want to see how things go this
Well,
next
no,
one.
I just mean from this tribal council. Is there anything you want to get off your chest with me?
Oh, I did tie.
You did tie.
I swear to you. I mean, like, no, seriously, because I actually don't know who did Sky. Did Sam say he did you?
No. As far as I know, Liz and Sam.
Then
said
did
they
you
put
do
my
Dan?
names.
Okay, because then that would make more sense.
I mean, you
This
straight
next
up looked
one.
at me before we walked out here and said I was going to vote for you or Elizabeth, vote for Liz. And then I see my name written down twice. I don't see
heard-
Liz's. I don't
Well,
see
because then
Liz's.
I didn't think
Hold
you have
on,
any
I'm
of the votes.
talking.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't see Liz's name at all down. And the last thing he told me was, I have to go after you or Liz. Let's vote Liz. And then we said we were all going to vote Dan. And then we didn't.
You
So
wanna
for
he-
me, that was like 5 lies in a matter of like 5 minutes. So from you to say you didn't write my name down, it's really hard to trust that. I'm just gonna put it out there because I want to know who voted for me. And if if people are lying, I voted for Dan because I wanted to see if you'd flush your idol. Because I thought it was an idol.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe it still is. I don't know. So I'm gonna get that out in the open. But there were 2 votes on me, and I openly would just like to know who voted my name because I'd like to talk to you.
Yes.
Me and Ty.
That'd be more votes then.
Oh,
and
you
Ty.
voted.
Yeah.
But
Me
that'd
and
be more
Ty.
votes for me then.
That's
No.
two.
Dan and
two.
Ty.
And then
You
you,
and Ty.
voted Dan.
And then the 3 of us.
Because that's where I
voted
couldn't
for
figure
Ty,
out
you
what
voted.
if you
So
voted.
you and Ty voted for me.
Yeah, me and Ty voted
It might
for
be
you.
a myth.
So then we're a wash because you changed your mind and I.
Even.
Okay, final 5. Welcome to your second to last challenge. First things first, Sam. I'll take your immunity back. Thank you.
I tried to keep it.
For today's challenge, puzzle bags are scattered throughout the arena, each marked with your color. You'll retrieve one at a time and return to your station. Once you have all your bags, solve a tree puzzle. The first to complete the puzzle wins immunity and cannot be voted for at Tribal Council.
Okay.
Individual immunity and
It's
a
a hard
1 in 4 shot of winning Outlast is up for grabs. Worth playing for?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
Here we go. Immunity and a 1 in 4 shot at being the winner of Outlast up for grabs. Ready? Go. All 5 take off. They've got to retrieve 4 bags each before they come back and solve their puzzle. Elizabeth has her first bag. Dan's back with the bag. Sam's back with the bag. So are Abby and Sky. Dan's coming back with his second. So is Sam. That's 2 for Sam, 2 for Dan, 2 for Abby. Sky and Sam nearly collide over by the side. Dan's got 3. He's got the early lead. Elizabeth back with her second. Here's Sam's third. A collision. Sky's coming back with her third. 4 total for every player. Dan's the first to get all 4 bags back. Elizabeth has 3. Another near collision. And Abby's back with her 4th, collects her other that hit the ground. Dan is untying his knots. So are Abby and Sam. Sam is emptying his bags. Abby's emptying her bags. Everybody working through their knots. Dan is the first one to untie his bags and to start looking at the puzzle. This is not one that is intuitive. There's a lot of ways that these look like they could fit. It's not like your traditional jigsaw puzzle where you can line things up visually. It's going to take a lot of trial and error. Abby looks like she's got one potentially in place. It's not in there connected, but she's got it lined up. Elizabeth has her first piece in. Elizabeth has 3 pieces in, as a matter of fact.
That's 3 more than I'll.
Sky's trying to make some outside of the base, and then maybe she'll find a space for it on the tree. Dan's studying his options. It's a tough puzzle. It's a really tough puzzle. Sam still mixing pieces around, no real progress. Same for Sky, same for Dan.
I have one of these at home. And
You do?
You would think I would have practiced, and somehow I forgot.
Dan claims to have this puzzle replica at home.
It's not this one. It's the same thing, but it's a seahorse.
Oh.
And it took me forever to get it, and I said, if this is ever on Survivor, I'm not going to have a chance.
Elizabeth lands a 4th piece. She's setting the pace at this point. Sky's got 1 on the board. Sam's got 2, 3 even. Sam making some progress. Everybody focus
It's okay, Dan.
in.
It's okay. You got this.
Again.
It's okay. Okay.
Again, one where sometimes in puzzles you start to see some momentum happen, but I don't think momentum is going to take off on this one. Sam and Elizabeth side by side right now have the most pieces.
I haven't moved anything.
Sam has kind of hit a wall though, it sounds like. Dan finally gets his first piece.
Oh yeah,
There you
Dan.
go, Dan.
Good job.
Sam looks like he might have one. There's a 4th for Sam.
There we go. Let's go.
Abby gets another one. Abby's got 3. A slow challenge that started very fast. The advantage of getting to the table first feels
Negligible. There we go.
Thanks, Abby.
Negligible.
I didn't even run.
We've been out here about 10 minutes now. Elizabeth may have slotted another piece. Definitely past the halfway point now, though. Abby may be getting a little bit of progress here. Elizabeth really making good progress. She's only got 4 pieces left.
And then screws over there.
There's another one for Abby. Abby gaining a little bit of ground. Dan, a little bit of progress for Dan. I look away for a second and he's got a couple more on there. Abby is moving quickly. She's got a couple more on. Elizabeth slots another. She's down to 3. Abby has 5 or 6 left. Sky has 6 or 7 left.
Come on, girls.
Dan's got 8 or 9. Elizabeth down to just 2 now.
I'm going to same
Finally
boat.
got one, but
Okay,
Sam
hell yeah.
gets his
Hell
5th
yeah.
after a long slump.
Fuck yeah, Sam.
This is Elizabeth's challenge to lose at this point.
She's such a beast at puzzles. It's actually illegal. It's like it should be illegal.
It is illegal according to Sky, her
How good
prowess,
she
but we're
is.
not over yet. Elizabeth is down to her last piece.
Nice.
She's got it in her sights now. A 1 in 4 shot at the
She's
winner
chilling.
of Outlast.
She is
Dan is
chilling.
peeking over, seeing if he can gain any
What do
inspiration.
we got over
Sky
here?
and Dan working together at this
I called
point
up to
pretty
Abby, now I
openly.
need someone else.
I know.
It makes me mad for
She's
some
got
reason.
something.
Yeah, it makes
I
me.
have it.
Elizabeth thinks she has it. Elizabeth wins immunity.
Good job.
Great job. Great job.
Go in there.
All right, great effort, Elizabeth, for the 3rd time. Individual immunity is yours. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So heading into Tribal Council, Elizabeth, the only one here with a guaranteed 1 in 4 shot. Everybody else, your journey on Outlast will end just short as we vote out the next member of our jury. Got nothing else for you. Go back to camp.
if I just played it, one, it would take it out of the game. I guess it puts the risk of another idol, but it would at least like take that target off of me if they thought I had found that idol. I didn't know if anyone saw me grab it. And I also wasn't 100% sure. I felt like Ty was gonna be going, but given what happened the previous tribal council, I just figured I'd rather be safe. And then the hope would be I'd then have all of my green tribe still with me. It feels really great to win immunity. I have all 4 green tribe people with me. When we came back from camp after the last tribal, Abby pretty much laid it out and was like, Sky and Elizabeth are the biggest threats and that's who I'm going after, which was pretty frustrating since she's my #1 ally and I've been doing a lot of things to make sure that both of us got far in the game. I understand it because I feel that I can beat her despite what I'm telling her. I think it helps me to have her at the final tribal because it's like proof that I've gotten us both there, but also she's pissed off a lot of the same people I have, and I'm hoping that like all of my wins will help compensate to beat her there. So I think my best bet is still to try to get them to stay green strong and get Sky out. I really feel that Sky is my biggest threat for final tribal because she has so many of her former tribe members there. I think she has Adam as a locked-in vote, and I'm really concerned that she'll be the harder one to beat. Sam I'm also worried about. If I go with Dan and Abby, I can definitely beat both of them. So if I can convince Abby and Kilter into just we vote out Sam, that would be my preference, but I don't know if that'll work.
So I'm saying, like, if we can help pick out one of the guys now, then next time it goes to, like, consistently winning the challenges. So I don't want to get to a point where it's you're the 2 dudes and you're under these 2 dudes in the front.
Yeah. In the spirit of honesty, I feel like the only move is you or me. Like, I put that target on my back, so that's what it is. So I'm gonna go for you, you're gonna go for me. And I think we let the chips fall how they are.
It's that, or we leverage Liz to get out one of the guys now.
That's true.
I mean, you and Liz have had the strongest alliance.
Yeah,
and I think
burned it.
I think if you say, hey, like, let me be a shield for you to get one of these guys out.
Yeah.
That have both won an immunity, because neither you or I have like truly won an individual, and she can pick which one to pick off. Like, we'll let her have the choice.
Yeah, and I mean,
but you know her best.
I mean, I think she's like, I know she's probably thinking game, and so I think she'll probably come back and be like,
it doesn't make sense for her to get rid of you yet. It makes more sense.
I think it might be.
That would be a vengeful play. It makes more sense for her to get rid of me and then to team up with the guys and then get rid of you.
Yeah.
If you vote for me to beat Abby, it's going to be you and Abby who beat Abby.
Yeah. So I could get rid of her now would be
something
on the resume.
And then it's going to seem like an emotional outburst, and it definitely was. Those emotions were very real, but as I walked back, I was like going through my head the calculus of how to get to the end. And I was like, there's just no way if I'm sitting next to Elizabeth or Sky that this is gonna happen. And I would have to go behind Liz's back at some point. And so if I am just honest, I think Sam respects that. And it seems less sneaky in that way that I can just be out in front. I think though emotions were real, I feel way better just getting out in the open, but it's also a calculated risk because I think I'd rather go down swinging than to be a goat at the end where people didn't even see what I was doing. That I think keeping Elizabeth was the easier option to get me this far. I think that if I had left Adam in the game, Adam and Sky are gonna take me out. I think Ty was playing hard, and so if he had more numbers, I'm glad Isaac got out. Isaac was playing. And so I think if I was gonna put my trust in anybody to get me this far, I was gonna put my trust in Elizabeth because she has been honest with me. There has been a loyalty because you know what? I've been a number for her and she's been a number for me, and we've been a good duo of sussing things out because we're playing the same game. She's playing it better. She's gotten 2 idols. She's won immunity 3 times. There is no chance at the end that I can stand up against her, but there's also, I don't think there's a chance that I get this far if I took her out earlier. Sky and I just had a conversation where she's pitching one of the boys, and I'm, of course, saying, well, that makes sense, because I'm on the chopping block. There is nothing in me that would write down Dan or Sam. Even though this is not my ideal way to get to my final 3 is still in play, which is me, Dan, and Sam. I think we're all green, but I think I have better social game, at least in the strategy part, at least in how I can pitch my game. And so I think it's not a shoo-in ever. But if I'm giving myself the best chances, it has to be Sky right now. There's no other option.
I feel like Abby's played the best under the radar game. I feel like
that makes
Elizabeth is going to go.
I just don't want to see
Like she's
it.
won
I know,
multiple
and I'm just
challenges.
I know I don't
She's
either. I
actually
feel like
sneaky good
I
at
feel
doing everything else, and she
sad
knows the
because,
game.
you know,
Like
also,
she's a player.
like, I love them.
So
Also,
I feel like she's
people
going to get
think,
good
like,
credibility
so much
at the
people,
end.
and
I know we
can
can't vote for
keep
her,
talking.
but I'm saying if she's in if it's me and
That
her
would
in the
sound
final three,
honestly,
Yeah.
I think she wins.
I think we're all on the same page.
We can both be
You're
assured for
you're
her
saying
to get to the next
Sky
round,
still.
and then
Sky
at that
first,
point,
and then
we can have
try
another
to get
conversation.
Elizabeth
But let us be
next.
assured to get one of the guys out. Yeah.
It still leaves us with
Yeah, 'cause
both.
right now,
Leaves us
Sam
with
keeps
both of
saying
them in
he
the
doesn't think
in the
we
last
trust
four,
her.
and at
I
least one of
have
them in the
a
final.
position on that.
I know.
I don't know.
I
what
think
the
if it's
answer
me,
is
you, and
with
Abby
whoever.
would be
I
the
have
best
no idea
final
what the
three
answer
for
is.
us. I think we want to be sitting next to Abby at the end.
Who she wants to go
Who do you think's our best? I think that's our best shot if Abby's the third, because Elizabeth has played
You
No
wanna talk?
Cutthroat. She's played Idols.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sky has her whole storyline,
Yeah.
and I think our best number three would be Abby.
Okay. After no votes, never voted. I don't think so. It's a little bit of a juicy target. So you're voting for Abby. Elizabeth is safe. She's not going anywhere. So
The queen's not going anywhere.
she's in.
She is Queen Elizabeth. Like literally, she's Queen Elizabeth.
I think I'm gonna hedge.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm voting for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote for Abby.
Okay.
And if you pull something out of your hat, then you're safe.
Yeah.
Do you?
I swear to God, I don't have an idol.
Did you get a note at the start with like anything that a little person wants to help or anything like that? I got the opportunity like super early on in the game to play a game, and it didn't tell me what it would do.
No.
It just said it would help out a player.
Like you mean before we started the whole thing?
No. During. It was the first one over on the banks.
Yeah.
I had to put something into a bucket if I wanted to help someone.
Where'd you see the note at?
I was given it, but then you had notes to make an immunity, which had a bead, which were bead related.
Yes.
I had a bead that I had to put in the bucket if I wanted to help someone. I want to know if it was had. I want to think it helped you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because the note that I had that was like get the beads, it was like it was the bead that I got behind like at the camp. It was the second item that I had. It was like get these 2 beads and then turn them in. That's why they weren't fucking put together when I turned them.
Well, that sounds pretty linked. I'm gonna hedge. If you can pull a rabbit out of your hat, you'll survive.
But if not.
But if not, I can't. No, I'm voting. I'm voting with you.
Gotcha.
We're all. It's over now. Like, you got to get rid of what you got to get rid of. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything, so.
I can't beat Elizabeth, and I can't. If you can steal one more vote, you stay.
Because Sam had just came up to me and told me when we were talking and strategizing, I was pitching to him that I was like, hey, me, you, and Liz. Like, or not even me and Liz, but I'll just be a fourth. I'm just happy to be there. And he had mentioned to me that he found or was like told that if you put a bead inside of a yellow bucket, that would help someone at Tribal. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I remembered where I found my bead for my second idol. So when I went to go talk to Dan, I went up to one of the skull masks and I found a taped bead in there. And I thought to myself, I had 2 beads on my second idol. Maybe Sam's bead is the missing bead I need for this.
Welcome back to Tribal Council. You all have alluded to it, but let's just take a minute here to recognize you were talking about it, but the number over here is now equal to who is left in the game. It's an even split 5-5 between who's left in the game and who's sitting over there as the jury, and that number will only continue to grow over the next couple rounds, and it solidifies what the name of the game is here, as the people over here are the ones who will be choosing the winner of Outlast. Sam, how does that calculus change not only who you're voting for, but how you're voting for them, knowing that that person you're about to vote off is going to choose whether or not, if you get there, if you win the game?
So credit to Abby, because she's like completely flipped the script when we got back to camp. Was like, you know what? No mind games. Let's just be open. This is what I need to happen. I want to get to the last 3, and now everyone's kind of playing that game, or maybe they're not. But But right now it does appear like there's more clarity and everyone's trying the good guy approach. And we'll see if it pays off with the idea that those people that you vote out now are going to be sitting over there.
Do you want to address that, Abby, what Sam's referring to?
Yes, I would. The scheming was really like getting to me, and I was like, I just need to be upfront where I'm at, and I just said that I think that Sky and Elizabeth feel like the biggest threats in this game, and I don't think I'm saying anything that no one else is probably thinking. I was like, if I have to go behind Elizabeth, in fact, she's been such a trusted ally, I don't, like, that feels horrible, and I think that's the part of the game I wasn't expecting, which was like, I don't want to keep running around and doing this. And so I know that paints a target on my back. That makes absolute sense. I don't disagree with that. I think that that's totally fine. I'm gonna be voting Sky because I just feel like it's the only option.
I appreciate your transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sky, you've slithered out of a few slippery situations until now. Yeah. How do you, if Abby says there's two big threats, one of them's got a necklace around their neck right now, that leaves one, and it's you. What's your strategy to get out from under this?
I mean, my thoughts are, you know, when Abby was being honest earlier at camp and the water work started happening, you know, I was just like, whatever, okay, here we go. Like the fact that she turned her back so quickly to point out her #1 alliance and be like, she's a threat before they even got to talk, to me was like, look, I get obviously stuff has happened between us, but like as you guys can saw with my other, you know, first early on alliances, like when I'm loyal, and that to me just wasn't a good look as someone playing the game.
Which you're not. Like you've already done, like you put Liz's name down when we.
But I just said stuff's happened between us, but I'm saying as a #1, my #1, I was loyal to and had conversations with before I would talk to the group. And to see you point out Liz in front of the group, having not talked to her privately, to me, didn't rub me quite the right way, that I was like, man, I don't know if I can even trust you if you're doing that to your #1. So with that being said, I didn't feel great. You know, I think what it's gonna come down to is this is the group that has been picking off Orange left and right. And to me, it makes sense to get Abby out because then you guys can go into a final 3 in true unison, knowing that I need to go. And you don't have to worry about, oh God, who are you gonna pick? Because what it's gonna come down to, I think, is you 3, you're gonna have something to talk about after this.
I loved your play. I just would like to look at the jury and see how many orange there are right now. Like, I don't understand that logic. Like, that you think that they would just...
I wasn't voting orange. I wasn't voting orange.
I'm saying that, like,
yeah.
It's an excellent point that I was going to make too. We've heard a lot throughout the last few votes about this group of 4 that's controlling the vote. But if you look at Sky yourself, and over here, that outnumbers 4. Right? So there's more people involved in these votes. 4 won't make a majority here until recently, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just, at that point, it's like, if Abby goes out and I stay in, you get me out, it's like, who wants me to go help speak on their behalf to the rest of Orange to get those votes and rally them together?
Elizabeth, what was your response to Abby, somebody that you've been working with closely, you know, mentioning you as a target?
It didn't feel great. I was a little caught off guard, but I like totally get why Abby thinks that and feels that way. I tried to present a case as to why I disagree with her thinking, but it definitely lit a fire under me to win immunity for sure. So,
yeah. Add the part in where Abby asked me to vote you out very last second. Yeah, that was pretty crazy too.
Dan, when this vote comes to pass, what's the deciding factor for you?
For me, I think it's about getting rid of threats and figuring out how I can set up the best final 3 for myself.
All right, with that, it is time to vote. Abby, you're up.
My God, I hope this one sticks. Go big or go home. That's where I'm at.
I'll go get the votes. For the last time, if anybody has an advantage or an idol and they want to play it, now's the time to do so.
Go big or go home. Hold on, let me find. I have no idea.
Are you playing this for yourself?
Yes.
Okay. This is not a hidden immunity idol.
God.
All votes cast for Sky will still count.
Wow.
Anyone else?
I found it. Like, I'm dead ass, I found that, and I was like, might need it.
Okay, once the votes are read, decision's final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Sky. Abby.
Ooh.
Sky. Abby. 2 votes Sky, 2 votes Abby, 1 vote left. The next player eliminated and the 6th member of our jury, Sky.
It's not with an E!
Need to bring me your torch.
Thanks, guys. I had fun. That was a lot of fun. Kick ass.
Sky, once again, tribe has spoken.
Am I good?
Final 4, after all this time, it's been a lot of talk about the 4 of you, and here you are sitting at Final 4. Congratulations. We've got one more immunity challenge, and then 1 more tribal council, and then the remaining 3 will get to pitch their case to the jury. That's it for you. You can head back to camp.
Started off unemployed, still unemployed. That didn't change, but I came in here with one goal, and that was to make it to Final 5, and I'm shocked. I'm shook. I had fun. It's the first time I've ever played anything like this, and yeah, made some new friends, and I hope I get to do something like this again.
Final 4.
Yeah.
We're
the kings and queens of the beach.
Okay, Abby, it's
I know.
Yeah, great job, guys.
I think I voted for her 3 times and she didn't go out. Like, I think I voted for, like, and she was the majority those 3 times.
I voted for the last 5 tribals. And I'm the one who kept putting an E at the end of her name. I knew she didn't like it. So I kept spelling it S-K-Y-E.
Were you my name at the very end?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I
figured, like, just, you haven't put Sky's name down, so I just figured you're just, like, playing.
Oh, I know, I have put her name down.
Oh, okay.
I voted her out once. Well,
Yeah.
voted her out when she
Voted
survived
for her,
once.
yeah.
But then I didn't want to get caught in crossfire, so I was
Yeah.
like, if there is
Oh, no, it's
if
actually
she does
smart.
play something,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was super smart. I thought it was, like, yeah.
So, I think we see what happens with immunity, but I would argue that at this point, he's so likable.
I know.
Your best chance is with me. But he could win immunity. I mean, I think that the benefit is that we've pissed off a lot of people, but potentially you've pissed them off less than I have.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, and I feel like a much less likable person, where he's been, like, not voting people's names so that then they aren't going to be mad at him.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's on good terms with pretty much everybody. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I'm getting death stares from Hannah and Anna.
I do see the jury as, like, some people are obviously, like, love the game, but also respect the play. And I think some people are, like, and I think it's just normal and natural that, like, I feel like I can see on the jury, like, people are just pissed.
I just love how the 4 of us all came in and saw, like, use the shields we needed for all of us to get here at the end.
Yeah.
And didn't do anything too crazy too early.
Yeah.
Ty's move is probably going to be move of the game.
Yeah,
when he came up right at that last second, he was like, "Go, Cody," and we literally, and that got rid of him.
Us two were at the bottom. One
We
of
were
us was
we were
going.
floored.
Yeah,
Cody
because
went.
yeah, we were gone. Yeah,
It's funny. On both tribes, the two of us were looking like sitting ducks on an island, and somehow both of us pairs managed to make it to the end.
Yeah,
yeah,
we were shocked.
yeah. That's kind of wild, isn't it?
I knew that I knew Anna, but I didn't I wasn't sure how many other people would know. I thought it could be a lost cause, you know, it's there's already a group of 6 people that are his friends and on it.
I assumed that would happen too, and here we are. I'm assuming with none of us had met each other
Yeah,
before.
no, I've never met any of you.
No.
This is great.
Yeah, it's just worked out that
Yeah.
way.
It's crazy that we all just met 2 days ago.
It's crazy.
Come on in.
I should have practiced.
All right, been a long journey, and this is your final individual immunity challenge. First things first, Elizabeth, I'll take that back. Thank you. For the final time, individual immunity and a guaranteed shot to make it to final tribal and pitch your case is on the line. If it wasn't obvious, based on what's happening over here, we've got a Survivor staple classic fire making challenge here for final immunity. Does anybody here, has anybody practiced or feel confident in making a fire?
Not at all.
Based on the rules, we should have obviously practiced knowing this was coming and somehow forgot.
That's all right. We'll see how it goes.
We didn't know this was coming.
Well, fire. Survivor, there's a chance for there to be fire.
Okay, well, for today's challenge, it's a simple, right down the middle fire making challenge. You'll have in front of you some sticks, flint, and some other material. The first person to build a fire high enough to burn through that low rope wins immunity and guarantees themselves a chance to pitch their case to the jury at final tribal. Worth playing for.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Individual immunity and a guaranteed ticket to final tribal council on the line. Ready? Go. All right, all 4 players are going to start by managing their materials here. The name of the game is creating a fire large enough to burn through that rope. It's very light, thin, shallow kindling. Abby's starting by building a little nest out of her kindling, starting to make a bit of a teepee shape with those sticks. Dan's getting a couple pieces of kindling out, shaving some magnesium on there, or so he thinks.
I don't even know what magnesium is.
Sam's got some sticks out and then putting some of the kindling on top. Elizabeth has a little nest of kindling. She's shaving some stuff off. And then you've got to Dan's trying to get some sparks and he's having success. He's creating sparks, but they're not lighting anything yet. Abby breaks a stick off. Dan creating a lot of sparks, but nothing is catching yet on that kindling.
It's hard to hold.
It is hard to hold. Dan creating a lot of action, probably banging his knuckles on the concrete there.
Yeah, you guys are evil for this.
Elizabeth trying to create some sparks after shaving quite a bit. Sam's trying to create some sparks. He's got some sparkage, nothing catching yet. I hope that, oh, there's a flame for Sam. Sam's got his kindling ignited. He's putting sticks on frantically to keep that flame alive. He pulls out his last piece of kindling, throws it in there. Cool. Elizabeth taking off the buff. Sam has got a flame. Now it's a matter of nursing it high enough to burn through that rope. It's a healthy flame, but it's really set up right now by that kindling, which will burn out fast unless he gets some more fuel for it. Abby has a good pile down there on the end. Dan is trying to get sparks, but nothing has caught yet. Sam's proven it's possible. Sam has got a good line with his fire, looks to be well centered, a good base of small branches. He's gonna have to start building it up higher though, not high enough yet to touch the rope, but he is gaining some ground. Dan's still working away, trying to create a spark. He's making lots of sparks, but nothing that's grabbing. Sam's flame is growing rapidly. He's trying to block the wind maybe to get it up through the rope, but it's a good, strong flame. The wind is blowing it away from the rope. It's not quite centered. Sam using some more of his kindling to try and give it a jump start. Dan is moving his pile over. Abby is giving it a shot. I think Sam is laying down trying to block the wind with his body. The flame is close to the string. It's probably starting to burn, but it's not hitting it powerfully. Elizabeth, nothing to speak for quite yet. Neither is Abby really able to create a spark. Dan creating tons of sparks, but nothing that's going to catch yet. You may be taking a page from what Sam was doing with the kindling and the sticks, providing enough fuel there to catch. Sam's, I think, got to build his higher before it's going to start burning through that rope. It's definitely impacting it, but it's kind of a thin fire right now.
I can't believe it's still there. This is insane.
It's still there, but it's definitely starting to burn through. You can see some char on it. Dan has a spark. Dan's got fire. He's only got kindling in there right now, so it will burn through quick. He's quickly grabbing for some more sticks.
Oh, you piss off, Win.
Sam cursing at his fire, which is not moving the way he wants it to. Dan and Sam both with fire. Sam, be aware there's a fire behind you.
Thank you.
Dan is starting to fuel his fire. Sam, most of his effort right now is going towards keeping the wind away from his fire. Both Abby and Elizabeth, nothing yet. Some of the rope starting to burn for Sam. Dan's fire is still low, but he has one, which is a good progress. Really starting to get some action on that rope now for Sam's fire. It's kind of in a off-kilter position, but it is hitting the rope. I honestly thought that would burn through faster by now.
Yeah, it's just not heading up.
Tiny spark, but nothing.
Elizabeth starting to get some sparks, but nothing that is catching. Abby, any sparks on your end?
Sparks, just not going. I think this is...
Abby's getting sparks, but nothing catching. Dan has got a good fire now. He's going to keep adding to it in hopes that it hits that net. And now Sam's is really hitting it. His rope is on fire.
Yes!
Done, Sam!
Congrats, Sam.
Wins immunity.
Good work.
Great job, Sam.
Yeah, good job, guys. Good job. All right, Sam, once again, individual immunity, and for the last time is yours. You can come get it.
Thank you.
I always tuck it around your ear.
It's kind of hard, it's chaos.
So Sam, safe from tonight's vote and guaranteed a trip to Final Tribal after this long game. How does it feel knowing, no matter what happens at camp next, you'll have a chance to pitch your case to the jury and a chance to win the game?
Massive relief. I feel like if you're going to get all this way to go out number 4, it stings the most. So that's great for me.
Okay, well, I've got nothing else for the rest of you. I'm sure it'll be interesting conversations back at camp.
I'm sure.
I'll leave you to it.
So this is hilarious. I've come in pretty cold. I watched Survivor when I was like a late teen and early 20s maybe, and then barely touched it. I watched 2 or 3 episodes in lead up. I was on the drive down here in the van and I was like, oh, I should probably watch a fire lighting video. And I was just on the windy roads 10 minutes out, and I watched a guy pick up a flint and use the side, which I actually picked up the wrong way, but start the fire, and the main thing being having the bushy kindling. So I just figured I'd get all that set first before starting. And then the first couple of strikes didn't go too good, but then it did catch on like I expected. And then from then on, it was pretty smooth sailing. I just kept bolstering it up. I'm stoked. I do agree with one thing that you've said 100%, and that is that I don't think I'm going to vote for Dan.
Yeah.
So it is out of the 2 of you.
Yeah.
I will talk to her too. I will talk to him individually.
Yeah.
I have and mentioned that before, that the alliance we stuck at the start really did help me, and I feel like you've been true to your word, and I love playing the game with you.
Yeah, same.
I think you play the game really well.
Oh, thank you. You as well. That's been great. That's what it sucks to be at this point.
Yeah, because now we don't have an option. Everything sucks from here as far as making people go home.
For sure.
Yeah, so I really wanted to win the challenge because I wanted that necklace going into Final Tribal, and I wanted to be the one making the decision. And I mean, me, Elizabeth, and Abby were tight. I think we all kind of were thinking we'd vote out Sam. But, I mean, I don't know, Abby thinks Elizabeth's a threat, but I'm safe somehow. Sam, good old boy Sam, he's told me he's taking me to the end. The girls are in a cat fight for each other, and I'm just sitting back like, I'm going to the finals. That's what there's... Unless they're all back there plotting against me, but Sam hasn't considered it. It's the two girls are the big threat, and I'm just skating by. Nobody sees me as a threat, I'm a little bummed not to be a threat, and how is that gonna impact me winning this game if clearly, I mean, they're stringing me along. It's all lined up. I knew I was gonna get here without making a move, so it's just crazy that I didn't make nothing crazy. I didn't need to. I had the whole end mapped out, so I wasn't gonna make a big move and risk final 3. Abby wanted to vote Elizabeth earlier, but this is the exact reason I didn't make the big move of Elizabeth, because now we're right here and nobody's talking about me and I'm going straight to the end, so.
I've watched a lot of people make fire, but I've never actually tried it. So that was a real disappointment because I felt like I really needed to win immunity here. I feel confident in Dan, but I think like if it's really hinging on Sam, so I think they could all 3 vote for me. I think that's totally possible. My hope was that maybe Dan and Sam will feel loyalty to me because I haven't said let's vote one of us out until now, whereas Abby came for me earlier. So I've made my case to Sam in hopes that like we both played really great games. It's definitely a dumb move on his part, I think, to take me, so I don't blame them if they vote me out. I'm just trying to do what I can. I've been going back and forth. Would I rather go to a tie or just try to convince them? I think given my fire making skills that I would much prefer to just try to convince them to vote for Abby.
I think it should come down to 2, and I think it should come down to both of you playing until the end. And I just want to say, like, objectively, Elizabeth and I have done the same things, except she's done it better. Like, she's won more individual immunity challenges. We were on the same side of the vote, I think, for the most of the time, and so it feels as if someone is going to be the weaker of the 2 to bring with you to the end, it just has to be me. But I also understand, like, not wanting to vote Elizabeth. She's been wonderful and loyal, and she's been great until the end, and so I think I've always seen that. I saw it from day one that she was going to be such a amazing player. She knew so much that I was like, I'm glad that I got on board and didn't get in her way, but I feel like if this is the time to make that move, and then it's like I honestly, like, I feel like I have a good thing to say about myself, but when I was like running it against you two, I'm like, I think I genuinely would not know.
And I think this vote, to me, feels simple from the boys' perspective. We just got down there and said, hey, I think it's you or me. And I think it's in their best interest to keep me, obviously, but I think just objectively, and I wonder if that's what they'll see as well. They need to do what's best for them in this game, and I'm pitching that it's me, and I think that it's a valid argument. If this is my out, especially if we have to go to fire making and she wins, I'm like, she probably has my vote. She did such a good job, and so I don't want to be sitting next to her. I think I have a better shot with Dan and Sam, but to me it doesn't feel clear-cut, so.
Bro, this is tough. Yeah. And your name is not on the table, which is pretty awesome, because it means that you might as well be wearing this.
Yeah, this is great news to me. Thank you for saying you're not voting for me.
Yeah. Sky left us. I voted for Abby. I was uncomfortable, and I think I've said this for the last few people that have been left. Like, it's 2 solid players in green team that I'm worried about in particular, and Elizabeth and Abby are still there. So I didn't want to get stuck with them at the end. Here we are. I've tried a couple of little Swifty things. They didn't bite. Didn't want to push it too hard because I didn't want to put a cross on my back. One of them needs to go as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to go in with Abby and Elizabeth. Dan's also a solid player, but I just feel like those two have played the game too well. I love the alliance I've had with Elizabeth from the start, but as far as I'm concerned, she's won more challenges. People have realised she's a threat, she's had votes. That all flips around at the end, so if I get my way, sorry Elizabeth, you're going home.
It's up to you guys, truly. And I feel like
What a massive one to win.
Yeah, yeah.
huge. I know. It is. It's huge. Just you got the power, and I think you guys deliberate. You guys do your thing. You know who I'm voting for.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go sit and enjoy the view.
Thanks, Abby. We'll miss you.
This Elizabeth Abby vote is crazy because I see him playing an even game. I think Elizabeth is a little more strategic. They've been great. They got me here. Part of me wants to see a 2-2 split. It would be so poetic if we had Elizabeth and Abby to make them make fire and battle it out for one last challenge in this game. The two of them going head to head to fight and earn the spot in the final 3. It could be too sweet to pass up.
Final 4. The green nature sluts flag has somehow returned.
That was immediate.
We just thought we had to.
Yeah, it was handed to us.
Here we are, final 4. It's been a long road and we're almost at the end of it. Sam, talk about your win here at the Fire Making Challenge at Final 4. How heavy, in a good way, does that necklace feel around your neck tonight?
It feels like it's made of gold. Like we said, the 4th spot is like you played so well to get there to not give your case. Yep. And you just have to sit there and listen. So one of these 3 are going to have to do that, and I'm lucky enough that I don't.
You'll have the chance, of course, in full to pitch your case to the jury, but right now, heading into Final Tribal, how do you feel? Do you feel like you've got a chance to take this home?
Myself?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a game where you kind of play through. Everyone's got a different style. I feel like I started slow and gained some momentum towards the end. We'll see if everyone likes that idea or not.
All right. So Dan, there's only a few targets here available to you. What goes into a decision here at Final 4, knowing that you're basically choosing who, if everything goes your way, you're sitting next to at the very end?
Yeah, this is it. This is the last chance to make the right vote to get to your final 3 and try to win. So just have to figure out who do you want to sit by based on what the jury thinks and how they're going to judge our gameplay and decide a winner.
Abby, what's been your case that you've made to your tribe mates here as far as saying basically, no, you want to sit next to me at the end. You don't want to vote me out yet.
Yeah, I mean, we actually, like Elizabeth and I at the very end, were just like, I think it's you or me, and let's just pitch our case and let's see what happens. And I think my case is pretty strong because some of the aspects of my game have not been. And in ways that I thought I would be stronger. I thought maybe I would be able to clinch some individual immunities or be good enough to find an idol or, you know, those types of things where, or, you know, just, I think that those are the things that I wish that I had done, and Elizabeth has done them. And so I don't want to sit next to her at the end, and I'm just hoping that other people feel the same way.
Elizabeth, if that is the case, you know, what's been your pitch then to your other tribe mates to say, no, let me make it to the end for these reasons?
Yeah, not feeling super great at the moment, but my pitch was essentially, I've been loyal to Sam and Dan and Abby. I'm of the two of us, the one who hasn't turned on the other greens at some point. And that while we've all played different games, I think that it would be cool to go to the end and just see. I think that Sam has a lot of connections on the jury, and he has not pissed off as many people as I have, so I don't think it's a done deal that like I would win over him. I'm not great with the people side of things and the jury management side, so I guess ask for loyalty back that I've been giving to them this whole time that we got here. And it's also, I think, a bigger statement if you get to the end with someone who is also a threat and you beat that person rather than take them out now.
There's no easy decisions in the Final 4.
Yeah, all four of you are here for a reason. I hate that phrase that I just used because it means nothing, but you've all earned your way here, right? Nobody has skated by. There's no GOAT here, right? Everybody here has played legitimate, good Outlast. And so it sucks for anybody to fall just short, because I could look at any of the 4 of you and be like, yeah, they played a hell of a game. They deserve to be here. With that, it's time to vote. Sam, you'll be up.
I feel like I probably picked my final 2 person wrong, given that you still wanted to cut me, but I totally get it. I never imagined that this would be where I'm at this point, so I'm sorry to have to write your name down, Abby.
If I don't go out tonight, I want you to win. You deserve it.
I'll go get the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision's final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Elizabeth. Abby. Elizabeth. 2 votes Elizabeth, 1 vote Abby, 1 vote left. The 7th and final member of our jury, Elizabeth.
That's cool.
We'll need to bring
For
your torch.
reference, they call this spot the robbed goddess spot, so if I had made it further, I would have maybe won. So.
You are one.
You are one.
Robbed G. Otis.
Yep.
Elizabeth, the tribe has spoken. Time to go.
See you guys. Good luck.
Final 3, Sam, Abby, Dan, congratulations. You've made it as far as you can make it in this game to final tribal council. In just a few moments, you'll have the chance to plead your case to the jury, try and convince them, the 7 that will be over here, why you deserve to win Outlast and the prize that comes with it. And jury, the power now officially shifts to you. You have the direct hand in choosing which of these 3 walks away with the bragging rights, the title, and the prize. Head back to camp, enjoy your last time at camp, and we'll see you back here soon.
That's right, the final.
This sucks. I'm really bummed. I feel like I knew that Abby would probably turn on me, but I was hoping to have her loyalty. I think that my ship was sunk when Sam won the Final Four immunity, because I think my only case was against him, because we were both, I feel like we're both the biggest threats of the 4. Yeah, I'm really proud of my game, and I'm happy with what I did. I just wish I had maybe managed my threat level a little bit more, but I feel like I've kind of had my back against the wall for the last, like, I don't know, 5 votes or so.
Seems like we do have equal people that could win, but you could argue on each one that they're either left out of mini votes or they were just presented stuff and they went with it and just didn't want to get their hands messy. So who actually took the game and actually ran with it?
I played this game out loud. So many of these players either didn't take control or played it quietly. And that's what this game is about. It's about taking control, taking risk, and driving what you need to win. And so we're just going to give those quieter, subtle players a chance to sell their game.
And it's really going to hinge down on if Abby can explain to me how she played a game that was different strategically than Elizabeth. I always felt like they were a duo, and Elizabeth had won more immunities. She had been the one making decisions. For Sam, I'd like to know how in charge of the green decision making they were, because obviously it ended up being the big green machine all the way to the end. From my perspective, a lot of that had been Elizabeth, but when they were over, when we did that swap, the orange people kept disappearing too. So was it Sam leading that? I'd be really interested to know.
I feel like I have a pretty good handle on all 3 of their games. I'm pretty set with Sam. It's gonna be hard for them to get me off of him. So I feel like the things that matter to me most in voting for someone is that they had control within the game. They knew what was going on at pretty much every vote.
I need to understand a little bit better from Abby. I didn't necessarily enjoy her game or ever really could strategize with her, but I'd love to know, how is her game really much different than Elizabeth's, / was she just really riding Elizabeth's coattails?
Sam is a front runner, but I think there's a lot of debate whether he led many of the votes or if he actually made a move himself or went with the group. So I kind of, for him to get my vote, he would need to say some specific examples.
I feel like a little bit of a free agent right now because I never worked with any of them on anything. So I'm going to be completely open and upfront, like from a strategic point of view, what can you say to me right now that's going to win my vote for you?
I think coming in, I just wanted to not upset the apple cart too early at the start, that I literally at the start was like, I don't know if this is going well and I don't know if I'm enjoying myself. But I kind of just put myself out there to everyone. I think it just landed a really good, genuine vibe and I was able to ride that. And then as it kind of got rolling, I got a bit more comfortable. I feel like I was able to slide names in or maybe have a talk with this group and build alliances. And then towards the end, I kind of really ramped up my individual play so that I was able to hold this a couple more times when it mattered. And here we are. My thought was just not get too stuck on my words, be pointy, not take too long, tell them the truth, which has worked for me very well through the game. I understand that I've still upset some people, but hopefully I haven't upset too many of them, and hopefully the way I've done it has been a way that they will look back fondly on. I think I can win this game because when it comes down to it at the end, there's only 3 of us, and I think I've come home with a bit of a wet sail. I think when it comes down to it, the last 5 or 6-ish rounds, I've had big plays on who stays and who goes. I've been strong individually. I think I've helped teams pretty solidly throughout. I haven't made any major mistakes, and I'm still sitting here.
So right off the bat with Green, I wanted to form alliances, but keep them low key. So right off the bat, I jumped on Elizabeth because I knew she really got the game and I felt like she was somebody I could partner and be strategic with. And then I brought in Abby because I just felt like she was loyal and I wanted a solid 3 of both. I wanted a loyal player with me and I wanted somebody who could think strategically too. Then when we swapped, I just focused on building ties with Sam and Ty. I think Ty was a really big part of my game because Ty was a relationship that I had that Abby and Elizabeth didn't. And things really turned for me when Anna swung on David. I dodged a bullet because that could have just as easily been me. And she told me it's because she thought David was working with Elizabeth and Abby. And I think that just proves how good I was at keeping that low key. I am the one who targeted Anna. That Anna move is my move and I'm gonna ride that Anna move. And that was the one big move I think I had to play. Here I am, and I'm gonna be a little cutthroat. I know Sam and Abby, I've been so tight with them, and they're some of my ride or dies, and it's gonna be fun to just come out swinging, and I'm not gonna hold anything back, and if I gotta throw them under the bus and talk bad about their game and prop myself up in front of them, I hope there's no hard feelings because I really like you guys, but it's part of the game and I'm not gonna go out without a fight.
I came into this game understanding that there was gonna be a lot of things out of my control. And so how do I figure out control in this game? And I was like, I don't know what the challenges are gonna be, so I can't count on immunity. What do I have as an asset? And my asset has been getting people to like me and trust me. And that has been my saving grace this whole game. I think in reality, there was a lot of places where I was incredibly vulnerable, but because people saw me as trustworthy, as a number, as someone that could stay till the end until it was efficient to get rid of me, I got to, and I think that speaks volume. Everyone thought Elizabeth and I were day ones, but truly the first person in this game that came up to me was like, I want to be in an alliance. That was Dan. And I think I used that alliance and allegiance really, really well because I knew where he was at and he could get reads on people that I couldn't. And so I hope that the jury sees that I didn't just get saved. I was saving myself and playing a very intense, strong, purposeful social game. I think I'm gonna win. I think people will respect my moves and know that there's a reason I'm sitting on that bench and they're not.
Come on in. Welcome, Final 3. Okay, for the very last time, welcome to Tribal Council. Yet again, congratulations on making it this far. You've gone as far as you can get in this game. You've done everything there is to do in Outlast. Each of you deserve congratulations and kudos for making it this far. No small feat. You've done what these 7 and 6 others were unable to do, which is make it all the way to the end of the game. So again, congratulations, great games all around. Now is the moment where the jury, who's been sitting here mostly silently, has been waiting for some a few days, for some a few hours, and that they now get to ask questions of you and get to hear your cases on why you should win Outlast. And having heard what we're going to hear from the jury, this final tribal is going to be important. It's your chance to really state your claim. Final 3, I'll give you each a chance to open up by sharing about your game. We'll go down the line here, so Abby, you can go first.
Hey everybody. I know that this might not be the final 3 that you were hoping for, but it's my final 3 that I was hoping for. I came into this game knowing that I could only count on my social skills. I knew that challenges might not be my thing. I knew that there was gonna be a lot of twists and turns, but I felt confident that I could get in here and understand what was happening, try to find my place, and know when to be loud and when to be quiet. And that's what I played. I'm here at the end, sitting next to my ideal final 3 that I woke up with this morning because I knew that there were people that I would not be able to beat that are on that bench. And I used that to my advantage to have the Goliaths take out themselves, and then it was me. And I think that it might not be the most flashy game, but I hope that you respect it.
Great, thank you. Dan?
All right, hey guys, so I think of the 3 of us, I played the most strategically and made the best moves to get us here and was the glue that held the alliance together and is the biggest reason why all the votes went the way they did. So I hope that you guys recognize that and nobody has any hard feelings, but you can see the strategic gameplay and value that as the criteria of what a winner should be. And I can't wait to explain my moves later.
Sam, though he's still wearing his necklace, is not immune from receiving votes. If you want to vote for him, yeah.
Hi, jury members. It's a pleasure to sit here in front of you all. You've all got strengths, and hopefully you can respect the fact that I'm the one sitting over here. I played a slow game at the start, purposely got stronger.
Okay, now the jury shifts to you. Each of you now has a chance to ask a question to 1 or 2 or all 3 of our final 3. First up, Sky, go ahead.
Well, I think on behalf of jury members, we want to congratulate all 3 of you. So job well done, because you are sitting in the ideal spot. With that being said, this is wide open. There's not really clarity to us on who this mastermind was to get you 3 where you are now. So
we're really looking for this to be like, put it all out there. You know, just tell us what you got. Aside from your own, essentially, whose game do you respect the most? There were 16 players here. So that's the first question we have.
I respected yours. I respected Elizabeth's. I think they were really strong games that went for longevity because it takes real guts and some really good getting back on good sides to go from someone that gets voted out early to last the end. Same with winning things, continuously getting votes like Adam did and making it through. Like you're putting people back on side, and that's something that is impressive. Plus having skills to win challenges.
Well, Sky, I think I speak for America when I say that your game was the most fun to watch, and you probably drove the most storyline of the entire season, and that was fun. As far as strategically, don't know if that was the best move for your game because it made you a huge target, but we love it. But I think Elizabeth played a really good game too.
There's no question about who I think had the best game. I'm not gonna cry, but I think Elizabeth. I walked in day one when you started talking, I was like, oh, she might be the first person I want out of this game. And like Dan and I have my day one next to me, we were the first person to be in an alliance together. And you were always scary. And I could not believe that other people were not trying to come up to me and say that you were so scary from just your knowledge, the way that you played it. The Robbed Goddess thing is exactly what I feel because my confessional, I said, if it is not you that gets voted out, like you should win. I wholeheartedly believe that you were in control and you were able to steer the votes, and I knew waking up today that it had to be you, it had to be Sky, and it had to be Ty. There was no other way for me to get to the end and be able to pitch my case to this jury. The last thing that I will say is that like I'm so grateful that it was you on Orange with me. I think that was the best thing that could have happened.
Isaac, you're next.
Yeah. When I was talking with Sam on the beach yesterday, before one of the votes, he mentioned to me, well, it looks like the big green machine is going to do this. And what I'm looking at on the bench is the big green machine, and it's really easy for me as an Orange team member to feel like you guys didn't take a bunch of big swings and just steamrolled people through it with your numbers. Is that something that you all regret as you are trying to differentiate yourself from each other? And are there any specific instances that you considered taking a big swing and decided to stick with your team, which was rightfully the correct choice, obviously?
I can speak to that. I was ready, and there was no cohesion that I could say this was the exact number that was happening. It was that when it came back to a lot of scrambling at camp where it's like this person might vote this way, there was no this is a good ask. I knew that I could only take one shot at Elizabeth because she has been there for me. And so today was like, I don't know when that shot is, but it has to come up.
So you guys all made yourselves targets, and Orange made it really clear what all their cracks were. So you were all shields in front of us. There was no reason for us to make a big move except when we needed to. And Anna getting voted out that was when we went for a green, and that was the only reason everything went as it's planned. And that was Anna's move getting voted out was my move. So I think I'm the reason everything fell through the way it did.
Anna's reason is you're not. You guys threw Anna's down. I told Sky to play her idol. The only reason Anna went home was because of Sky and I.
Yeah, because Sky played the idol and we had the backup vote as Anna.
Anna's name came up in a conversation with me, Isaac, Sky, Elizabeth, and Abby.
There was no cohesion around someone else.
But
that
my point is, like, I don't think you can take ownership of that out, though.
Yeah.
Because
he was there.
We were the ones who came up with that name.
You said, who do you want? You said Anna backstabbed me. I said, great, I'll help you get revenge.
Elizabeth, you're up.
All right. My question's just for Abby. So I think a lot of people here see us as playing in lockstep through the game. And I want to give you a chance to differentiate your game from me. So explain moves that you made potentially with me, but that you led, or that were your decision, not mine, aside from voting me out?
Day one, knowing that I had Dan on my side and that he could be more middle than I was after the Orange tribe, that I knew that I could trust him and that I knew you were playing the game. So I was like, if there's gonna be an expedient way to get me out rather than you, that would make sense. And so for me, especially as we got near the end, like I just wanted it to be those three. And so when it was coalescing around something that wasn't in my ideal, or that was my ideal, there's no fight in me because there's no reason to. I think one of my bigger things that I did was tell Dan about your idol, just to garner that trust, to say we are still day ones, we are still, you're the first person to approach me. We have to be able to play this game together.
Ty, you're up.
I got a question for Sam over here. So I really got to talk to you once we did the whole tribe swap. What moves did you make that you were able to kind of take control of some things? Because from an outsider, even on some of the other tribe swapped, it seemed like you kind of you took whatever people gave you and you just didn't care to make a move yourself either, which could be a play in itself as well. But I want to give you a chance to explain yourself of, did you make a move, did you not, why or why not?
Yeah, I kind of wanted, I was going to speak this at the end, but I played the grey man at the start, didn't have to do much. I bet Hannah would disagree with you on at least one of those, because of the names that get floated up, I feel like I'm the antagonist that meant that she's on that panel. I put Isaac there by a solo vote just to make sure that we were hedging bets. I've knocked out at least 3 players, including being a bit wishy-washy of whether I even wanted to be in the game at the start, and that sent Ali home. The mind games involved in that. Did I have an immunity idol? Did I not? Let's go for this person. I don't really want to be here. Here I am.
Anna, you're next.
Dan.
What's up?
So from my perspective, you seem to be a henchman, a follower. So leaving out what you may or may not have done with getting me out, what did you do strategically from a gameplay standpoint?
So I got tight with Abby quick, and then I was also really close with Elizabeth, and I don't think Abby knew that, and I feel like I was the glue that held us 3 together because I had connection.
I didn't know that you guys were as tight.
Yeah.
I didn't know she told him about my idol, so I was also banking on Dan.
Yeah, we kept it quiet, and I created chaos when you flipped on us, and then it was me and Sam under the bus. I just tried creating a lot of chaos to get everybody paranoid. And then with Sky knew she needed an idol, and I was scared that Sky was gonna find the idol and run this game to the end and get all your votes. So I grabbed that orange torch, knowing damn well it wasn't an idol, the block, and played it like it was an idol just to get Sky to stop looking, and she quit looking after that, and she didn't find it, and then she got voted out.
Adam, you're up.
But, I mean, I'll reiterate, congratulations. I'm wearing green. Solidarity here. No hard feelings. I want to take the question a little bit away from defending your entire game. I want to know what move you made, you were in control of, you were driving, that you are the most proud of.
Elizabeth, unfortunately that's you. Like, I know we were tight at the start, and I really did like you, and I wanted to go as far as we could, and that was as far as we could go with you sitting over there and not over here.
Abby approached me earlier trying to get Elizabeth out at 6 and 5, and I knew I needed Elizabeth around because I needed Elizabeth at 4 because I knew she would get voted off at 4, and that's what solidified my 3 was keeping Elizabeth around until 4.
I would say today's move of laying it all on the table, where I just said what I wanted. That was real emotion, but that felt like my only way forward. I needed the jury to know that I was thinking you, Elizabeth, that this wasn't just the most convenient end game option, that I knew that my end game didn't include either of you. But I also knew that that would be either a big swing and a hit or a big miss. And I thought I would rather miss than to never swing at all.
Hannah, yep, you'll be our last juror.
Yeah, hi, I'm Hannah. I've been over here for a minute.
Yeah.
I'd like to reintroduce myself because I did not work with a single one of you. I saw the least out of everybody. Like, I saw the least of any of your games. My vote is completely up for grabs. So each one of you, if you could make a strategic, specific argument, you will win my vote.
Okay. I think that I was here and ready to play, and I shielded that fact for a long time. And that was intentional because I saw a lot of players on that bench that came here ready to play, and I didn't want to give up my hand too early. Your name was thrown out at our tribal immediately when we got back, so when we merged and everyone had common enemies and you were still here, it was easy because I thought, you know what, I would like to work with her, but also she seems like someone that's gonna play. If we're all happy with this vote, especially right after merge, the easiest thing for me to do is to take out somebody that I know is playing.
All right, I know y'all don't want to give me credit for the Anna vote, but we could have struck, they wanted to go tie the challenge threat. We could have struck green strong and all 5 tried to go for tie, but I wanted tie around and I wanted to get Anna back because she put me on the hot seat and blindsided David, and I wanted revenge. So I feel like I drove some of that vote and kept green from going for tie because I wanted the shield to stay around longer.
I mean, I know everyone is responsible, majority or whatnot, for getting people over there, but I can safely say I'm the most responsible for putting the majority of people over there. So Ty, Hannah, Isaac, and Elizabeth, sorry, because of my work.
So we've heard from each of the jury members, and now final 3, you've got your last chance to leave your closing remarks.
I don't have a lot to add from both Ty, your question, Hannah, your question. I mean, I played a chill game, but the majority of you over there are there because of me. So I pulled some definite strings behind the scenes. Go with your gut. Happy to be here. I've had a blast.
I just want to say all of you are awesome and made it so fun to play. Like, the only reason this game was so good was because of everybody here, and it was so fun, so thank you for that. And I want to give a shout out to my mom. Hope you watched it to the end. Love you.
I came into this game hoping that I would be an all-around threat, and I wasn't. The only thing that I could rely on was my gut and my social strategy. And I'm happy with how things ended. I look at that mix of people and I say, there is no other 2 people I'd want to be next to at this end, because I respected all of your games so much. So whenever it was around your neck, the axe, you're on the chopping block, it only made sense. And I hope you can respect that, even if we're not friends after this.
Okay, and with that, your opportunity is over, and it now falls squarely on the jury. It is your decision now to make to crown an Outlast winner. Each of you will cast a vote for a winner. Player with the most votes will be the champion of Outlast. Isaac, you're up.
I think everybody played a great game. But Abby, you fucked up mine the most.
Hey, baby.
Your answer to my final tribal question really did sway me.
For the last time, I'll go get the votes. Let me say, from the 3 of you to the jury to everybody else, this has been so sick, so excellent. The gameplay all around has been so top-notch. I couldn't be more pleased with how this all went, couldn't be more grateful to all of you. I have here the votes that will decide who the winner is of Outlast. And so, without further ado, and for the final time, I'll read the votes. This time, you want to see your name written down here. These are votes for a winner. Let's get to it.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
First vote, Abby. Sam. Abby. Sam. That's 2 votes Abby, 2 votes Sam, 3 votes left. Abby. 3 votes Abby, 2 votes Sam. Takes 4 to win. Sam. That's 3 votes Abby, 3 votes Sam.
Are you sure?
1 vote left.
Oh God.
The winner of Outlast, Sam. Congratulations.
Nice job.
Thanks, guys.
Good job.
Good stuff. And you didn't even want to be here.
It's all over. Orange in the mix? Yeah, okay, we're gonna split it. Dramatic as possible. Thank you.
So Sam, congratulations, you're the winner of Outlast.
Thank you so much.
Talk about what it feels like. Is it, validating? Did you expect it? Yeah.
I don't think anyone can ever expect it. I just love the fact that I landed in the final 3. I think when I won the fire immunity one, I was like sinking in. I was like, yeah, okay, why not? I can do this. So here we are.
I have to say, Sam, you played a great game. The way that you were able to use your social play, I think that in the game of outplay, outwit, outlast, right? The social, the strategic, the physical part of it, you had a great melding of them, but your social game was your writing factor, right? The way that you were able to make connections with people across the board. And like you said, to take the strategic moments when you had them to make a swing, and then win a couple big immunities. You really crossed all parts of the spectrum. So a well-deserved winner. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Abby, I know it sucks coming right off of it to talk about it, and falling one short probably doesn't feel good, but you played a hell of a game too. I think, again, the social and strategic part of your game was masterful. And again, just
and
one
literally
vote
nothing
away.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 vote away. I think Adam said it best when he was up there. He said, and maybe he told you this already, but everybody played great games, but you fucked mine up the most.
Yeah.
I think a few other jurors could say the same thing.
And I think going into it, I knew that it's a risk to go with like the most likable person to the end, but I thought there was no other 3 that I would get even that close. So that was a risk I was like willing to take. And so it's like, people get to pick whoever the winner is on whatever criteria they want. And I think that truly, you'll see it in my confessionals, I was like, I don't know what this result will be, but this is my best way to see if it's gonna be me. I think the 3 people that I respected the games the most, like, respected my game, and so it was like, the ones that I was most scared about are, and I totally get why Sam won. Like, there really is no hard feelings. I'm like, he's the best. Yeah. He offered himself up in second round. If we had just taken him up on that freaking offer. I think he meant it. Did you mean it? Can you say if you meant it?
I honestly don't know if I meant it in the end. I think I did. I think I was like, you know what? I'm in Bloomington area. I can potentially go watch the game and have a beer. And I was like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you glad you stuck it out?
I'm just a little bit glad I stuck it out.
Yeah. And Dan, I know it has to sting not seeing your name come up here at the end, but I saw you play a great game too. Your hands were in all sorts of different puddings, to use a weird expression. But the way, again, you were able to cross tribal lines and keep relationship secret between people. Maybe your downfall was just keeping it a little bit too secret here so that it wasn't seen by everyone else. But want to give you kudos too. And
Sam is fun to play with.
Yeah, man.
Good dude.
Voted you 5 times in a row. And I'm the one who put the E on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was wondering who put the E. Always. No E.
I want to talk to Hannah here really quickly because I'm, you know, to get a little behind the scenes, I'm sitting up there watching the votes come in, and it is going Sam, Abby, Sam, Abby, Sam, Abby. And Hannah set the stage really well down here saying, somebody's going to win my vote. And she's, you know, poetically the last one to walk up there. Do you want to tell us who you voted for, Hannah? Well, obviously we know who you voted for because you casted the deciding vote. Why?
Yeah, I voted for Sam. I thought the way that you presented saying like you, all the people that you were able to point out you had a hand in putting there intentionally, that was what swayed me. Yeah. And that was what it was. I was gonna vote for you. But that was the better answer.
And I want to say from my perspective too, it's like, you just said it, but I think you won it here tonight at Final Tribal, Sam. Great Final Tribal performance. You did a great job of sharing your story.
And thanks for the votes, everyone.
And then let's last put a spotlight on Elizabeth, who made it all the way to Final Four. I think unanimously everybody said, yeah, she would have won this thing.
Easily.
3 times, tried to get her out.
What did it mean to you to come out here and kick ass for a weekend and show that you really do have the chops to do something like this?
I have some of the chops. I'm not sitting in the final 3, but yeah, it was really exciting, and I never imagined that I would be such a threat. Like I didn't quite have that in my plan of like threat management because I didn't think it would be an issue. And so, but yeah, this has been the best experience. It's been so fun. I think we've all, like, everyone's had a great time. Everyone's been really great to get to know, even with the circumstances of blindsides and everything. But yeah, it's amazing. So
let's pass to Sky too, who also has been obviously a huge part of the season. You came in as first thing you said was, I quit my job and here I am. You came in, you acted like you were in way over your head, and yet you pulled out some of the most memorable and impressive moves throughout the weekend. What was this like for you?
I mean, this was crazy. I truly did not know all the ins and outs of of Outlast.
I did have to explain to Sky how a hidden immunity idol works at least a dozen times.
Like how many times? I think like 7 times you had to explain to me.
Every tribal council.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it is crazy to say, like, even though there was a lot of tension and just trying to, you know, there was like lying and stuff, like people were pretty transparent with me about how to kind of play games and how the rules worked, which I really did appreciate. So I learned a lot this weekend. But yeah, no, never thought I'd make it this far. The only thing that I feel like I haven't owned up to that was a lie, that I just feel like I need to say, is I'm not the middle child. I am the oldest of 6 children. So that older sister syndrome did come out, and that's where that competitiveness came from. So.
Yeah. All right, Sam is the winner of Outlast. Give us our final word here to close out the season.
That was an absolute blast. Let's do it again in 4 more years.
Thank you at home for watching. Appreciate your support if anybody is watching. And that'll do it. Thanks for playing Outlast.